recording.
I can see you.
Oh, you're kidding me, right?
But at least I see you.
Um,
And I see myself. So for me, it's
well,
great.
that's okay. I guess. I hope. I just
Mhm.
wanted to test the recording because I mean, it's like you don't see me, I don't see you, and
I see both of us now, though, so it's good for me.
okay. Do you see on the other on your side, Oksana Buchanan recording the call? Do you see that?
Yes, it says Oksana recording
Perfect.
this call. Yes.
Okay, perfect. You're a little pixelated, but we are avatar bodies. We're pixels anyway. Okay,
Yes.
well, we can start if you want. I
Okay.
already see
Yes.
some crows flying around you.
Oh, why do you know that? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I just see crows flying around you,
Yes.
like before I even
Yeah.
saw you.
Oh my
Okay, so I
gosh.
mean, it's been recorded already. So let me,
Uh-huh.
I guess, just close my eyes so you can see in
Okay.
details. Well, there's like a computer animation, and you are a character in the movie,
Mhm.
and there's a castle with big oak trees around it, and like water, and there's a big crow's nest. But what I saw first is just like a big crow with this big beak staring at me, kind of laughing. Um, and she's telling me, "So you came to get my baby, huh?" His name is, I'm trying to go to somewhere where he's called, what's your name? Hamoko. Hamoko. Where do you live? Ancient. Ancient. It's yeah, it's very like interesting. It's like a little insert which comes on both sides, like if you put like take a sheet of paper and make those things, din, 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 like a bow tie. The one part of bow tie exists in the future, and other one exists in the past, and you're like in the middle. So basically, you have 4 lives on here on this side in the future, 4 lives in the past, and your current life in the middle. But you are influenced by all of the 8, and the crow is telling me, but all of the 8 cloned bodies for that same soul you are basically.
Oh.
And the whole system is controlled by this nest filled with crows. It's like a world, and the castle is like Crowsville. It's almost kind of funny because I at the same time I see like two things, like the ancient time, like 16th, 17th/17th century, and also I see the future cartoon that this castle exists in, because you virtually can exist in multiple everywhere at the same time, and you there is this. I thought it was a girl, but it's a guy in like black pants, black shoes, white shirt with black buttons, black and white basically. And it's kind of they're making fun of the old-fashioned cartoons, because it's like a Charlie Chaplin type thing, because this guy used dressed like that, like oh no, funky old clothes. Um, I see like one of your lives when you collect outdated things, like how do you call them, antiques,
Mhm.
and you have a shop of antiques,
Oh wow.
and the crow says, I influence her, she likes everything shiny and old, don't we? Um, how did you get into this thing? It's like you are, because you are standing and looking at me. You have a very interesting outfit. It's like it's made out of different fabrics combined together, like patchwork. But it looks like a robe or something. With a very interesting belt that's composed of different beautiful fabrics. I mean, I like this kind of hippie stuff. And you're very artistic in your expression, but you like to put you're saying that your soul you like to create figures and put emotion and energy, part of yourself, into this figure. Like, today I want to be happy, tomorrow I want to be a different character. So you create a character and create a cartoon for this character in your head, and the scroll steals your idea and puts it into motion for the future. So multiple worlds are being created through you, by you, but it's like somebody steals your copyright. Mhm. And
That's
now
terrible.
you're saying that it's time for me to claim it back. That's why I want this scroll out of my system, out of my energy sphere. And scrolls like wearing a vest with the shiny buttons, metallic, kind of like this tall hat. It keeps changing like outfits because you like change. Your soul likes change and playfulness. Like you like to play with energy, um, texture, materials, anything that in each and every dimension you study. Like, what's the difference between the fabric of reality of the 3D versus 4D versus 5 versus 6? And you like go in at each and every one and improve something. You're always about improvement. It's like you're a director of the movies, and each time, and you keep watching, rewatching the movies. It's probably what you do in life too. You rethink the story or what happened to you, and you think, what if I reacted this way? What if I answered this way or made this decision? What would happen? And you start making a story in your head. And that's your playfulness in this. But the thing is, I feel like you went through some portal, because I see you is an old, ancient kind of wizard. You like, it's all golden and black outfit. It's like black outfit, all golden stars with that, it seems like a Halloween outfit. But in you're like you say you were just like a space traveler, and you know all the ways, all the pathways from one galaxy to another, from one universe to another, but you collect the old scrap. Like, you collect the old things, and you like collecting, and then from the old things you like to create new things, right? Because each you understand the value even of what we think the physical, and what this thing, like, let's say, like, you're showing me a box and it's beautiful, it's hand painted, and you know that a lot of people used to have it, and there's a lot of stories in this texture, in this fabric, from which it's made. It's energy fabric, and it embed, like, it's kind of like a library of different storylines, um, from people who own the box, and you like this kind of things. But the crow used to be your friend but turned against you, because as you're walking with the crow on the, like, right arm, and she's sitting on you. She looks different. She's not as big. I think now she's huge because she's getting your energy. She's basically parasiting on you. But before she used to be your friend. And you need to be like a wizard of the crow world, or that castle that I just described. That's where you lived. And you decided, I mean, that was just your stop. You say that you go to natural worlds and non-natural worlds. It's a virtual reality world we're in, and you wanted to study natural reality also. Because the thing is, natural reality cannot exist without the natural element of a true, radiant soul that is part of that graphic reality. It like it it's like a muse for it, inspiration for it. Without that inspiration, they would not exist. And you wanted to see how it's interaction happening. And you went from your castle world. You know, I see like it's a different galaxy. Okay, just like it like goes like this, like this, like this. It's like a bright magenta color, very bright, like this. It's swirling, and I see greens in it too. Like it's pretty. It goes like in lots of. It's like circles of spirals, and that's like a spiral galaxy. That's why you call it. And you came from it through this like a portal, like I said, like an energy tube, and spiraling too into here, and you walk through the trunk of a tree, you open it, and you see the dwarfs, the elves, everything that was on this planet before. Like, and you came really like, you say, ah, it was like 12, 20 million years ago. This planet is very old, very old. You don't know the history. They erased the history, and they're about to erase this history again. We are existing right now through the erasal. But if you really focus on your memory to remember how it was, you'll remember it. Most people won't. Most people will go through erasal process, wake up one day and like, ah, oh, Roman Empire, what was that? You know, like that. What was that? And but you like to keep, you're saying you're a keeper of knowledge. You're one of those people who keeps the books, who keeps the papers, who keeps the memories, who keeps the things that have energy and have information in them. Like I see bracelets, rings that belonged to crowns, that belonged to kings in history, and you keep this information like a museum you have in your energy sphere. And you say it's very important for you to actually, you said you really didn't want to get stuck here, but for some reason you got stuck here because there's new owners who came in bright green capes with golden like auras. It's like a golden aura. They're glowing with gold. They're very tall, and they came, and it's almost like they started owning this planet. And this planet was supposed to be without any owners, but there was something that they've done. And they created the system of ownership, money. That's where it comes from. Everybody owns everybody else. Like people are born and they're already owned. The same. You said you don't like the system, but you got caught here because your tunnel through which you came closed up. Because when the owners showed up, the masters, the lords, they just like put a band, like in the prison band, and locked it. Like I see a band, you know, like around. It's like that equator. It looks like that chain actually in the middle of the planet and locked. And you say when a equator goes away from each other, when it splits into halves, the Earth, that's what, you know, the new one, the old one, that's when we're free, and it's coming, but it's not like we feel it in that particular way, like at the split. It'll be more emotional and mental split. You showed me this kind of interesting things, like I'm repeating to you. how you're showing. And you're saying that you need to cleanse yourself and tell the crow to fly away because she can. So you can be in your energy sphere, create your own bubble of protection without any entities. And you're saying to the crow, you Dart, I think you call him Dart. Yeah, you Dart, you came with me and you think there's contract for you to stay in my energy sphere and use my energy and eat it, but we used to have a friendship. It wasn't, friendship is not a contract. It's mutual. You want to be with me, I want to be with you. I don't want you to be with me anymore. You have to go because here I have to go through the split of the earth in two. I actually need to focus inside myself and not, and I cannot afford giving you energy, because my energy means my health, my wholeness, and my ability to make the transition. And I see he's going. He's got some little crows behind him. They're really funny. They're like wearing these hats with black stripes. Like, I don't know, there's four of them behind,
Oh my
like
gosh.
her children or
Wow.
something. And they're all were feeding off of you. 28-30% of energy go into them every day.
Wow.
Vital
Oh my
energy.
gosh.
And and you're like, it's funny because everything you have, it looks different from other people, like, you know, sessions, because you like, you created a curtain and you open the curtain and they walk through the curtain and you close, show is over. Yeah, this is like this red curtain, velour.
Oh.
So it's done. And you like cozy stuff around you. Like you like the saturated colors, soft, you know, cozy
Yeah.
stuff. It doesn't have to be big, it's just small but very convenient and cozy. Everything is at the right spot, you know. And you're just sitting on this beautiful couch. I don't know, just like so many colors in it, but it's so beautiful. And parents and saying, well, there's this microchips I have from this freak. You have this one black one on your heart, one on the back of your head, and one on the tailbone. There's also some kind of shoes that you're throwing out because you say that the shoes sometimes would take you to a different direction. Not wanted, not needed on your path. So you're taking them off, and they look like transparent shoes with the soles like a light gray or whatever. They look plastic in now, but it looks like out like implants, but you just put them on your feet. So you do the same. Portal curtains, open the door behind the curtains, throw these chips out. They're just like black with little wires, and the shoes. It's mostly bottom because they're supposed to see. You're saying that every world you go to, from your feet, from the bottom of your feet, the roots grow and penetrate the planet you're at to feel better the core of the planet, the soul of a planet. And the shoes the crow put on you so you couldn't feel it as much as you would want to connect better. And I see, actually, your DNA looks like like some sort of like roots of the tree that put in an interesting like configuration. It goes like leaves growing. but they're kind of like the roots of the tree and little sprouting leaves, but they're still in tubes, like they didn't open up yet. And that's your leafy DNA, you say, because it's fresh, it gives life, it looks for the sun, it's activated by the sun. And you're saying that sun is that golden energy that you felt from. That's why the lords who took over the earth were so powerful, because they have the gold in their auras, but it wasn't their gold. It was manufactured and put into their auras artificially. So it's not their own light, and that's why everything here, everybody here who owns the who's popular or who's got light at him, you know, like actors and all this, like they have lights pointed at them on stage, and they're all fake. It's all upside down. They own the light, but it's a fake light. That's what you're saying. The people who are in the, you think they are not noticed, meaning in the dark, they actually the light carriers. They are the ones who are very important for those lords who take their lights and keep them in the kind of in the dark, in a way, in the shade, in the shadow, so nobody can see them for who they are. That's why the whole system is focused on the way to hide or suppress good people, good souls in the bodies, and give the way to the bad ones, to the dark ones. We can call them, since we're in duality. So you throw out those 54 leaves and these little roots in your DNA, and it's just like it sprouts. It sprouts with this light pink. It's almost like a cherry blossom. I don't know. You know those inside the flowers, those things. I just see them sprouting within the leaves. And you're basically what you're doing. You're saying goodbye. That's your way of disconnecting from the 8 clones that you had here 4 and here 4. And you're coming off. You're saying that the butterfly of the lives has to go. You keep the experience, but the heaviness has to go from those lives. The whatever negativity, because the thing is, it's like your mental emotional bodies are connected to the lives and to the clones. So when they are going and I see them disappearing, going out, up, it's like butterfly flies away, even though I described it as a bow tie before, because it looks like it. But you turned it into a butterfly because you can do anything you want. And it actually cleanses the mental emotional bodies, and as that thing is going, and you're just standing looking at it, and they like balloons flying out, and it's a giant butterfly flying out of your energy sphere. And so basically you broke the contract with the crow, because crow's gone. You explained that it was a friendship and you never agreed to any contract. Then you changed the DNA, the 54 strands, and you got rid of some stuff. I just wanted to cough, actually, because there's some dust coming from a few of our mental emotional bodies.
Oh.
It's like a dark, you know, that kind of like aged pink color dust. Yeah, that's kind of like that, looks like it, mixed with sand or whatever. Because it's all from all your lives. You said this is the suffering that is going, has to go, it has to be lifted up, because your neck, your body, your back is suffering from that, and it puts like heavy weight, and you need to feel free and light inside. the mental emotional body. That was just looking at the, and you slowly like there's like interesting layers of different colors are coming off, coming off, coming off of you. And you're saying that split is near, and it's first you. So your subconscious, your soul wants to tell your conscious part that the urgency that you felt to cleanse yourself in this session, to connect directly to your conscious, subconscious, and conscious. And I see like a metaphoric, I'm like a rainbow bridge in between two, like you're sitting here, I see you, you look the same as you are, and here your subconscious standing. And it's interesting, you like the lights too, the multicolored lights, and they see like a different stars rotating under your feet, colors, and it's like a projections. You're saying that these projections of different galaxies, and they all different shapes and forms and different frequencies, and you love studying that stuff. You're very interested in objects like rocks, stones, antiques. Any object has a frequency and you feel it. You naturally feel it. That's your specialty at a soul level. And the same, you feel people. You feel who is genuine, who is not. And I see brown horses. I see you showing me some planet with lots of horses, like flying so fast, and the hair is so beautiful. And you say you're one of those horses too. Because you like this freedom of expression. For you, that's the most important thing in life. And that's what they've been suppressing in those lives. And you, the crow was basically in the matrix and the programming all around. But you would like to metaphorically spread your wings and just fly as fast as that butterfly flew out of your energy sphere, and that horse. And I keep seeing those crows in some sort of world with different birds, and this crow is saying that she's like the best bird and she's the smartest. That's really funny. Yeah. Well, let me just drink something because I got this dust in my. So, well, basically, you're very wise, and the wisdom, you always felt like you couldn't share it because people don't understand, and feels like at an early age you understood that people are pretty stupid and it's not worth sharing a lot of things with them. And therefore it's like you kind of closed up. And that's why as a little girl having a friend, a crow, made sense. Because you had a companion who knew about your past lives before this planet. And you just have a very different lives. I mean, I see you being like a planet. It's like a different shades of brown, uh, like it's semi-transparent, seventh dimension, and you are that planet. You wanted to feel. See, you're just tactile, right? You just like wanted to be a planet and to feel how somebody walks on your surface, as if somebody walks on your skin. Basically, connects to your heart, and you communicate telepathically and support everything on the surface, and they support you, and it's just that mutual. You're always lacked. You're saying that a lot of times in life, like you feel like you're lacking this connection, this mm, dual mutual respect form of energy exchange, respectful form of energy exchange. So you said it. Um, because you like this freedom of expression, but also being with somebody who respects your freedom of expression, and you can be together, but at the same time stay separately. So you give each other time on your own, because you actually do need this time on your own, and you're always needed it in many lives. And you're like, you're laughing, you're like a lonely wizard, but then you look at me and saying, aren't we all lonely lizards? Wizards, wizards. But yeah, in a way. But yeah, you have this interesting sense of humor because you actually did say lizards. Because you know that lizards are everywhere. And they're basically showing me holes in the planet, and they go in and out all the time. Inners, outers, they are in great turmoil right now. That's what you're saying. Because the earth, the juice inside the earth is getting heated up, and like a big lava, it's gonna start pouring out in a form of fire, frequency of firing at each other, or and that's what's supposed to stimulate people wanting so much to focus on peace and have peace rather than things. You're showing you like that store in that life antique store rather than things. And is that people are created with those programs, and they are like, we can characterize us as lazy unless something stimulates us. And that's when you start going up in your understanding of a lot of things, and your appreciation of things grows only under stressful situations. That's why stressful situations are created in many ways. But then the way how you come out of the stressful situation purely depends on how clean you are inside the energy sphere, how clean your energy bodies are. And that's why it was important for you to cleanse yourself, because your soul is a very wise, knows that that had to be done. And yeah, I saw you showed me that was the leftovers of chakras you said. It's like little pieces of imagine it looks like a plate, but the plate is gone, there's only the rim. So like little rings and pieces of it, because your subconscious actually dissolved most of chakras, because it's unnecessary. Chakras are the ones who have programs, and programs are activated at different times of your body growing, or can be activated by entities too, to produce certain feelings, emotions, and desires. So you always distracted from asking yourself this fundamental question: who am I, and what am I doing here in this little dirty cartoon? That's what you said. And now I see like Mickey Mouse in black and white in the light of a projector from above, and he's sitting on the half moon and just looking down, and down there's different projections, like around, like a projector sheds light, and there's multiple lights, and in each light there's lives of people. And I see like those old-fashioned clowns or arlequins with white faces and tears drawn on their faces, like crying, like this are all the sadness. Every life is sad. And then you saying like, have you ever asked yourself a question because of constant problems and distractions in life that the matrix gives you, or those who control you, the entities give you? Like, why are you forced to live through all of this? And then you're showing me like a big circle. It's like like a hamster wheel, but it's a huge one. And each person basically in this life. Oh my, this is interesting. So you showed me a room filled with these big circles, and each person avatar, right, was a soul inside. Inside that circle runs all life. No problem, was this, was that, and like non-stop. And that's this expression, squirrel in the wheel or whatever, hamster in the wheel running. And then there's a chords from each wheel going up to this Mickey Mouse sitting on the moon. It's connected to the moon. So all the energy is going to the moon, plugged in. And we keep running and producing energy. Yeah, it's interesting. That's what your subconscious showed me. It's really interesting to see all this stuff because it really hits you, you know, what you're used for. It's, visual is very strong visual effect. And you're saying just never again. Would you visit? Oh no, you're saying to me like in a laughing way, like in a joke, that next time when I go as a wizard to any world to collect information and stories of souls and bodies, you know, whatever, avatars or without avatars who live through some interesting stories, I'm gonna make sure I'll put that stick I hold in my left hand into the portal door to make sure that it doesn't shut like it did last time. Like it's always open. Like really, you're really funny. Yeah. Um, did anything like kind of coincide with your life? Because it feels like you know, it feels like you're filled with wisdom and information, but it's also hard for you to carry it around because you don't really have many. It's almost like you don't have anybody to share this with, you know, and you're always looking for somebody to share it with, but most of the time those people are not at the same consciousness level as you are. And I also feel like when I was going through your life, that at some point of your life, around 40, you would understand so many things. It's like your, you know, those leaves that I saw in your DNA strands, they actually start growing so quickly around the age of 40, like in this middle of the life cycle. And that's when the wisdom hits you and you don't know what to do with it because the information keeps coming and coming, and it's so overwhelming for you. And you just literally don't know what to do with it. Nothing here makes sense for you, and you do feel like you're in a cartoon. I mean, I just know it because you're like, you feel like you're a cartoon character. You feel a lot that your avatar is something that you should be able to change as much as you want, like you do in other lives.
Mhm.
And I just like, you're sitting on this, it's like a green couch, and I'm sitting on the yellow couch, and there's the patterns, and you're saying that just, yeah, it's my energy's here, it's my castle, it's my fort, and I'm not gonna let anybody in. I'm just gonna sit on this couch, not moving, enjoying the expressions of different fabrics of reality, like this fake sky, this fake sun, and you go like this fake everything. Feeling myself like that Mickey Mouse hanging off of the moon. And just wait for the split off in the middle of the movie, of the film. The film has gotten old. The Charlie Chaplin is ready to leave this crazy Lulu world. You're just really so funny. I keep opening my eyes, closing my eyes because you're just really funny. I feel like I'm gonna laugh all the time. Because you show me like some old suits of like clowns with those puffy red leather fluffed up shoes, like they look like a ball. I mean, those
Yeah.
big ones. and and you're just like, cheers to the old, to the old lonely wise souls. That's what you said to me. Mm. And it's like you have the glass and you're saying cheers, but when we hit the glass, like you and me, there's like bushes of roses growing inside. Like you're some sort of magician too, you know. He's a magician. It's really funny. Well, yeah, and you said you're right about the bow tie. The bow tie used to be in my clown's outfit. There is a planet of clowns, by the way. Do you think AI just invents stuff and puts in this fake reality world by itself? Of course not. It steals everything. It stole the clowns. It stole all the and every each of the animal. It took the DNA, stole it from different planets, created new avatar bodies, much, much smaller, so to make their souls hurt and squeezing them into tiny little bodies, much like they squeezed my huge soul into my little body. And I don't understand why with my sawed lawn I cannot just grow it to accommodate my forms. I mean, I just feel like I'm just gonna laugh the whole time after we're done with you. Videos is just nothing makes sense. And the way you just like, do you see these colors? Like, you're really funny. It's like multiple colors everywhere. You show every character that's funny from the cartoon or this or that or anything we know on this so-called planet. And you just show me. It's like a film. It's like a kind of like a square, um, like a tunnel made out of squares, and each square has a film attached to it. So these are what we call historic events, which pre-programmed completely. And some people just have this ability to see ahead of time. And you were saying, especially those people who create Simpsons. Don't you think that's so? You're basically saying the whoever creates the Simpsons, these people are psychic, and they can go into self-trance easily, and they see these episodes of the history that is gonna come up. And you also say that they create different Simpsons for regarding different timelines. Because in one timeline they show Trump wins, another Trump doesn't win. And how is that? Because they see all the possible timelines and they create cartoons for them. And it depends on in what frequency you are. That's a cartoon you will see in your reality.
Wow.
So some people, let's say people who watch Simpsons, but they're in different reality. That's what you told me. You just like, how you give me like files of information, so I don't even have to keep my eyes closed all the time. Like I get a file and I can open my eyes
Oh.
because I still remember it visually. And that's how you are too. You're very into images, metaphors, and you even show like pores of the fabric of the each, like even the couch, everything in your energy sphere, I can see molecules, how it's made out of, like energy molecules.
Wow.
So because you like texture, like touching and feeling, and you like beauty of, let's say, like a snowflake. Each snowflake has a beauty to it. Each uh, digit in this digitalized world has a different shape and form, which is unique. It's kind of like elements of a chemistry table, right?
Mhm.
And to be honest, you have so much information. I feel like my head is gonna like open up.
Oh no.
I don't know if you feel that way, but your subconscious is really truly like a lot of
Oh,
information. But in
I
it's very,
had no idea.
yeah. Well, the crow will getting all your information and using it. Not so
Oh
it wasn't
no.
really. So you understand, it's like your subconscious. The crow is in the middle. It's like the spoiled telephone game, like in my childhood. So if you say the word through many people, the word gets distorted. So the information will get distorted by the crow. So basically, what you think is do would be the opposite of what your soul or subconscious told you to do, because the crow would always
Oh.
change it. So you get into situation, suffer through consequences, emotional, mental, give the energy to the crow and the little four. I mean, those were hysterical, I must admit, with little like cloaks and the tall hats, like
Wow.
everything looked like a cartoon character in this.
Oh,
It's
that's
really
really crazy.
funny. I don't know if you resonate with any of this, but
I totally do. You're amazing. My pet guinea pig's name is Hanukkah.
it's
And it said Hanukkah, so I can't believe it. And wow. I used to, I mean, I went to Cal Arts and studied animation and,
oh
studied
really?
film. Yeah, so it totally
That's
resonates. Oh my
that's really
gosh.
funny.
My goodness,
Yeah.
you're really gifted. Wow.
Thank you. You're
That's
really
nice.
funny though. I mean, doing session for you, it's like you want to laugh all the time. Yeah,
Wow.
and
I didn't know there was, yeah.
how about the crow? Did you feel like you had love for crows or something related to
The,
this?
the crows probably just stalking me or something. And they were really loud this morning. And gosh, even when I was working at my work, I work at a bookstore slash gallery. A baby crow came in the door once. It was so weird. And then the mother was looking at it from the tree.
Wow,
Weird.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
that was one of
Well,
the
because you know what they
unusual
say.
events.
Yeah, because they manifest this into your reality. They can put anything they want. They can control the
Wow.
birds. They can send, it's kind of like if somebody passes, they can send you.
Yes,
Like
that's
my
what
mother
happened.
passed away and she kept
Uh-huh.
sending me bird to my balcony.
Yes.
It would fly through.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what
I
the
got sent
crows.
two pheasants when my mother passed away, and when my uncle passed away, there was a huge crow sitting right above my car when I tried to go to work. I was like, wow. Yeah.
Interesting, yeah. So connection with the
Yeah.
crows. Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Fascinating. That's probably what the interference, like those crows in your energy
Uh-huh.
sphere, were doing all this craziness with the I couldn't see you, you couldn't see me. I
Oh,
wonder if
yes.
we can.
That
Uh,
was crazy. How we tried 4 times or something to connect.
yeah, and then I closed my eyes, thinking like, who's doing this? Because I always know that somebody's doing it in this big, huge beak, like looking they like from cartoon character. Like what? It's the first time I see
Hmm.
such funny thing. Well, yeah, that's really
Yeah, that was
interesting.
amazing. My gosh,
Thank
you're,
you.
I don't know how you see all that. Oh my gosh. I'm glad
Ah.
I'm yeah, wiser in my subconscious. Gosh.
Well, see, the thing is, like in sessions, I used to measure like a C percentage of subconscious and
Mhm.
conscious because they
Mhm.
need to be kind of like equal pretty much
Mhm.
or at least
Yes.
close enough for the
Uh-huh.
person to grow in consciousness. But you know what, you grow in consciousness anyway, and these percentages
Uh,
don't mean anything or just can disappoint you or whatever, and this means nothing because today you can be in consciousness 20% and tomorrow you can be 80 already.
oh
Like
wow.
as we go through the days, we understand so much. And some
Mhm.
people grow faster than others in understanding because so many, some people really analyze each and everything and how to behave, how to be neutral, how to be calm, how not to let your emotions, take over you. And others still run on those programs. And that's why the results you get after all you froze after
Oh.
session depends on you,
Mhm.
depends
Wow.
how whether you want to change something in your physical
Mhm.
avatar,
Uh-huh.
because you basically in the session, your subconscious changed everything in the non-physical, and it's going to slowly come and change you in the physical, but you can help it and speed it up by changing your programs,
Wow.
right? And just by staying clean, relax, and not
Mhm.
pay much attention to. By the way, that crow, that character is
Mhm.
something. I mean, she's gonna try to come back to you. You watch.
Oh
She'll
no.
try to sabotage you in the dreams and stuff. You
Oh
just,
no.
before you fall asleep, just say telepathically to her, like, I refuse to let you in my energy sphere. You go your way, I go my way, or something like this.
Oh my gosh.
Because they always try to get back. The minute you
Uh-huh.
get rid of them, they would always try to
Mhm.
go and come back.
I'm so glad that I had this session. My gosh, didn't know something was siphoning my energy that bad. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, this session would be really cool to post if you let me
Oh yes, of
post.
course. Yes.
Yeah, thank
Uh-huh.
you. That would be
My
nice. Oh
gosh,
my
I'm.
gosh. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
I.
fascinating. I really enjoyed it too. Learning always something new.
Yes. Wow.
So let me try to turn it off. Let me see if it turns off, because last time I couldn't even turn off
Oh
the
yes.
recording. By the way, I cannot turn off the recording. It's
Oh
hysterical.
no.
Hey, Mr. Crow, come on. Get
Oh
away
my.
from our. So what I have to do, unfortunately, I have to turn off the call and call you back. That's the only way to turn off the recording.
Okay.
Okay, let me do that.